Black Spring with Autumn was good. It's too crowded. Good morning. Okay. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're in the world. Snap the gorilla. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. On this Sunday morning. Yeah. Unmasking the D-elites, yep. So, it's Sunday. What is it? October 18th, 2020. And yeah, some interesting developments going on here. I don't know if you guys heard of deletes. Deletes. That's funny. Deletes. I like that. The corporate oligarchs, the tech giants, they're coming after free speech like never before. This is some, you know, this is some Third Reich level shit right here. Still doing that 4 a.m. formation PT. Keep up the good work, brother. Be all that, yeah. Well, it's not exactly 4 a.m., but yeah. Hold on. Yeah, so we got this new bill that hit the floor in the House, right? I'll try, man, you know. If you're not inspiring people, at least become inspired, right? Do more. All right. So, are you guys familiar with HR 1154? It's a new bill that just hit the Congress floor, I think October 2nd of this year. So, what HR, I'm gonna have to read it, specifically what it is. What letter of the alphabet, what number is Q? Let's see. Good morning. So, what number of the alphabet is Q? I'm sorry. 13th or something? So I need to code this pretty good. Because, you know, the algorithms, they'll pick up on shit and knock your block off. All right? All right. So, if you guys aren't familiar with HR, hold on, what the fuck? Shrewd. Yeah. So, I need to know what letter. 17. Okay, so from now on, when I read this bill, I'm going to refer to that specific letter as 17. All right? Now, this seems like a bill targeted toward a certain group, but trust me, it's very universal. All right? And it's something that we need to be familiar with, so that when they try to push this thing through, we know what the hell's going on. All right. So I'm gonna read it to you. Right, as you can see, this is the Congress.gov, straight from their data banks. Okay. No, it's a federal bill. It's a national bill. A national bill going after free speech. So it's very important. It is relevant to everyone watching here today. Anyone that lives in this country. Very relevant. Changed up my name, #Snapzilla. James here. Oh, love y'all too, man. Much love to y'all. Oh yeah. So yeah. Right now it's foggy. It's not smog, it's foggy, right? It's a marine layer that came in. So, not that it means we'll get any rain, it's just a marine layer. All right? What the hell? So this is a House Resolution Bill 1154. Start from the belly of the beast. Yeah. So yeah, this is HR 1154. And the name is condemning 17 Anon, right? I just told you guys what that letter. So whatever the 17th letter is, just throw that in front of Anon, okay? So, God damn it, what the fuck? She keeps fucking. All right, so 17 Anon. Condemning 17 Anon and reading the conspiracy theories it promotes. All right. Condemning 17 Anon and rejecting conspiracy theories it promotes. Now, the sponsor is a representative, right? He's a Democrat. His name is Tom Malinowski. Representative Tom Malinowski. He introduced it on the 25th of this year. 25th of September, actually. So, motion to reconsider laid at the table. Agreed to without motion. Without motion, that means no one is fighting this. All right? So let's get into it. So, HRES 1154. You don't arrest the theory. You arrest the individual you say is pushing the theory. Right? So this is what it is. Whereas, right, in the House of Representatives, okay, whereas throughout history, conspiracy theories that falsely blame secret cabals or marginalized groups for society's ills have fueled prejudice, genocide, and acts of terrorism. Oh, really? Is that what that has done? So you mean to tell me that the military-industrial complex hasn't done the same thing? That these politicians haven't done the same thing? Let's look at what they're accusing conspiracy theorist of, right? Blaming secret cabals and marginalized groups for society's ills. Have fueled prejudice, genocide, and acts of terrorism. Right. Because they don't do that. Yeah, more straight up hypocrisy. So, whereas QAnon is a movement, right? They have to make it a movement, not a group. It's a movement, just like they say Antifa is not a group. It's an idea. So what they're attacking the ideas. They're attacking the idea of QAnon, or shoot, I shouldn't have said that. 17 Anon, and they're rejecting it. So in a movement, whereas 17 Anon is a movement promoting a collection of unfounded conspiracy theories that has spread wildly. That spread wildly. Why is it? Oh, okay. Conspiracy that has spread widely on the internet since 2017. So, let me ask you something. Do we not have the right? What is free speech? What is free speech? So you mean to tell me that we don't have the right to put out information that's incorrect? Do you guys agree with that? They're saying that it's unfounded conspiracy theories, right? So what are they talking about here? How do we know that they're unfounded?
Sorry.
When has it been proven that certain conspiracy theories haven't been founded? Who determines if a so-called conspiracy theory is unfounded? That's not what this is about. What this is about is you go against the narrative, they coming after your ass. I don't know why the screen keeps locking me out. You go against the narrative, they coming for you. They gonna shut you down. And now they're gonna criminalize it. They're gonna say your speech is harmful, right? But free speech is just that. It's free speech. The First Amendment says, there shall be no law abridging our right to free speech and other rights protected under the First Amendment. But this is a straight up assault against the First Amendment. All right? That's what it is. Exactly. QAnon, damn it, I said it again. Hopefully the algos don't take me down for that. 17 Anon, you know, yeah, they be saying some wild shit, right? Much of which I think is being perpetuated by, I think QAnon is a fantasy, right? It's a fantasy for, I said it again, 17 Anon is a fantasy that has been put out there to keep, yes, it's bipartisan. As a matter of fact, so there are 4 co-sponsors, right? No, 5 co-sponsors. 5 co-sponsors. 3 Republican and 2 Democrat co-sponsors. So what does that tell you? And what have I been telling you guys? When it comes to passing bills that infringe on our rights, it's almost always going to be bipartisan. It's almost always going to be bipartisan. So now you got this 17 Anon. They're trying to make it seem like this is about 17 Anon. But when you get into the language, it's not just going to apply to 17 Anon. Like there's no 17 Anon membership, right? It is a, what is it? It's a freaking a website or somewhere where they're telling you Trump has a plan, this, that, and the third. But if you repeat the information or espouse the information that you may get from QAnon, I said it again, 17 Anon, or even something that sounds like something 17 Anon would say, then you are going to be swept up in this bill. Your rights are going to be taken away. All right? So let's get more into the language. keep saying the word 17 and 9. Supreme red eye was good. Third eye was good. They want to believe you to believe that what you are told and not what you see. Yeah, and that's exactly what they want. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get into later into the bill where it actually talks about that. What they want you to listen to and what sources they want you to consider. Right? It's straight BS, man. They're going to shut you down. If you go against the narrative, they will shut you down in the name of going after 17 and 9. And I have to wonder, is that what 17 and 9 wanted all along? Was 17 and 9 a Trojan horse? The language is the enemy of the people now, yeah. So is 17 and 9 a Trojan horse to draw out people who go against the narrative, like encourage people to speak out in their beliefs, you know, in the idea that their esteemed government might not be so esteemed, might not be so deserving of, you know, worship. And then they give you good old Trump. Trump is supposed to be the shining beacon, right? He's supposed to take care of everything, you know, because look what he's done. Unemployment rates going down, this, that, and the third. HBCUs funded. But what else? Now they got HBCUs they got the heads of HBCUs trying to encourage people to, you know, participate in the Tecate19 studies. Like they're going hard in the paint with that, as I discussed it before. So everything is for a reason. Everything has a purpose. So let's get more into the language. Let's get into this, because it's important that we know what's going on here. Oh shit! I'm getting to know with this phone. All right. So here we go. Whereas QAnon initially alleged that prominent Americans are engaged in a secret plot to control the world while using their power to exploit children, has expanded to embrace virtually every popular conspiracy theory of the last several decades, from questioning the truth about that particular date in 2001, that particular date in the 9th month of the year, on the 11th day. If you question that, terrorist attacks, to believe in alien landings, to denying the safety of crack scenes. You see this broad brush they're painting? Alien landings. How long has people been believing in alien landings? And why would we not think that the crack scenes are unsafe? There's tons of evidence to indicate that crack scenes are not safe, right? If crack scenes were safe, there would not be a crack scene injury court, right? That's paid out billions of dollars since its inception. If crack scenes were safe, why is there a crack scene injury court? Why did they have to make doctors, what they call that, give doctors immunity to that? They had to give doctors immunity to it because it was so unsafe that every doctor would be sued out of their career. So they had to say, you know what? We're going to protect the doctors, the hospitals, the pharmaceutical industry in general. We're going to protect them from any crack scene injury lawsuit. So we're going to create a crack scene injury court. So that's what they did. If they were safe, why would we need a crack scene injury court? Come on, man. Let's see. People all over the world are marching with Phantom 17 sign. What is that? I can see the infiltration. What is Phantom 17? If the FBI can unscramble the malicious online talk, they all know 17 is, right? I don't know what 17 is. I see you got on Let's Close. What? What? So I left the note in the hallway. Well, why are you concerned about what amount of clothes I got on? I'm talking about whatever, man, whatever. People all over the world that have no interest in American politics are watching this election cycle and carrying American cut lines, signs. Since Floyd, the Trojan horse was extended via social media. Absolutely. Good ventilation, bro. Feel the breeze, yeah, yep. California dreaming in NYC was good. 17, oh, 17 and out. Hello, I'm the one that came up, yeah. I think they started UFOs in the late 40s and 50s. It was also to promote NASA lies, because if you think there are aliens, then you will back the landing of the moon in a tinfoil contraption. Yeah, it's nonsense. Yeah, there's no way. And then they're gonna tell you. I don't think there's anything about NASA in here. There might be something about NASA in this bill. But if you believe that they lost the technology to go to the moon, technology they had in the 60s, they lost the technology to return to the moon. But that was in the 60s, right? So you should have much better technology to not only land in the moon, but to mine on the moon, to live. Like, come on. Why do you need 60 technology to go to the moon today, if that were the case? Anyway, moving on. Whereas, and then of course you got that the ninth month in 2001 on that 11th day. That's another thing that they're going to be covering in this anti-free speech bill here, because don't get it twisted. That's exactly what this is. This is an anti-free speech bill. And 411 was good. Oh yeah. So they even said they destroyed it. Why? Why would they destroy technology to go to the moon? Why would they do that? Why? Marcy T was good. So, moving on. Whereas many 17 and on followers expressed anti-SEMITIC views, right? Let's just say anti-S, right? We know anti-Semitic views. And the Anti-Defamation League has said that the movement's central conspiracy theory includes anti-Semitic elements. That's the most important thing to them, right? Going after the anti-Semites, right? Can't do that. The most protected class in this country are the Jays. You know what I'm saying? The most protected class in this country are the Jays. So, let's get it. I want y'all to see what all this includes. Whereas conspiracy theories have been a central driver of anti-Semitism for centuries. So let me ask you something. If anti-Semitism has been going on for centuries, do you think that a bill or a new law is going to stop it? Didn't Trump already passed an anti-Semitism bill, or not pass a bill, an executive order to protect the Jays specifically. Donald Trump already did that. It's not enough for them. It's an anti-free speech bill, exactly. That's all it is. Nonsense. And 1709 conspiracy theories are fanning the flames of anti-Semitism, as anti-Semitism is on the rise in the United States and around the world. That's all they care about. You know what I'm saying? They have to continue to protect the most protected class all over the world, right? The Jays, right? A lot of language in here about anti-Semitism. So, you know, that should tell you something. What about anti-white conspiracy theories? Why isn't that in there? Anti-white conspiracy theories. What about anti-black conspiracy theories? Why specifically the Jays? Where's our protection in this bill? Huh? Because as far as I know, somebody can still call me the N-word and get away with it. Right? Right? I mean, not if I punch him in the face, but you get what I'm saying. But if I do that, guess what? I go to jail. Look what happened with Scottie Pippen. Someone called him the N-word. He beat their ass, but that's all that happened to him. Where's the anti-white protections? Where's the anti-black protections? What about anti-Hispanic? No, it's just about anti-Semite. It's all about anti-Semitism. It's all about protecting the Jays, right? Right? That's what it's all about. That should tell you something. They don't care about you as an individual, right? And it's not really even about being anti-J. It's about being anti-Israel, right? Anti-state of Israel and what they're doing and the conniving shit they're pulling, right? Because they have a back door to the security, to the tech security of our government. They're doing this in many different countries. I mean, come on. I'm getting tired of having to fucking unlock the screen. That should tell you something, right? Why is it that Israel is in charge of the security of, data security in our government? Why is that? Let me see something. See what you're talking about. Marcy T asked, over 17 and 9, a bunch of re-rees tards. Well, no, they're just using 17 and 9 as a straw man. It's really about everybody, because the language that they're talking about in here applies to anybody, right? Anybody who would espouse anything QAnon, 17 and 9 would say. So that's what it's about. It's not just about 17 and 9. They're just using it. They're using it as a springboard to get this bill through, right? They can't call it condemning free speech, right? They can't say condemning free speech, right? Because even if you spout conspiracy theories, that's protected under the First Amendment, right? All these laws where they're talking about, if you incite a riot, like, that's the shit that was put in later. The First Amendment was to protect you from being charged if you say something that might get somebody else riled up. Because look, what I say, if you're grown, you should have the sense and the wherewithal to use your own brain, do your own fact checking, right? Do your own fact checking and use your own brain. If you want to start burning shit up because I said something, that's on you. It shouldn't be on me. It's on that grown-ass man or woman who decided to start burning shit because I said, this country is killing us, we need to do something about it. You know, I'm standing there with the bullhorn. If people start throwing shit and slamming shit and rocking cars, that's not on me, that's on them. That's on them. You made a grown man decision. I didn't put a gun in nobody's head and say, hey, set that car on fire. You understand what I'm saying? If I yell fire in the theater, it's up to the individuals in that theater, instead of panicking, to look around and see if there's smoke. You understand what I'm saying? But no, you can't do that in the theater. You can't say, oh man, that shit was fire, right? Or that movie was fire. Or your ass will go to jail. See how retarded this is? If you hear fire in the theater, don't just jump up, oh my God, and start running people over. No, you look around and see if there is a fire. Everything makes sense. Because they are the deep state, right? The deep state. They're coming out strong over the 7 Noah Hyde laws. The JR. Yeah, no doubt. I see what you're saying. Making belief in Jesus a crime punishable. You're on it. No problem, man. I'm here to bring that info. Somebody got to. Yep, Marcy, and we. Yeah, it's a bunch of nonsense, y'all. So here they are trying to implement something else to take away more of our rights. So, here we go again. There's a lot more. Whereas the Federal Bureau of Investigation has, with high confidence, that fringe political conspiracy theories, including 17 and 9. See now they're broadening it in this paragraph, right? Whereas the Federal Bureau of Investigation has assessed with high confidence that fringe political conspiracy theories, including 17 and 9, So they're not just talking about 17 and 9. They're talking about anybody who to them are pushing conspiracy theories, right? So, including 17 and 9, very likely motivate some, very likely. Look at the language in here. Very likely, not absolutely, not factually, but very likely motivate some domestic extremist, wholly in part, to engage in criminal or violent activity. Very likely, not absolutely, not definitely, but very likely. So that's what this bill is riding on. A likelihood that conspiracy theories creates to domestic extremists. Very likely. That's what y'all got. Man, yeah. Okay, so, and that these conspiracy theories very likely, there goes that phrase again, very likely encourage the targeting of specific people, places, and organizations, thereby increasing the likelihood of violence against these targets. Very likely again. Very likely. Where's the data and the evidence to support that? There is none. Right? There is none. They're just saying it's very likely. What if people are targeting specific individuals, that hatred was already in their hearts before they heard a conspiracy theory ever in their life. You understand? Antifa. What about, I'm gonna get into Antifa as a matter of fact, after I talk about this. So, whereas the FBI bases the assessment on events in which individuals committed crimes, plotted attacks. Remember that? The plotted attack against Gresham Whitmer? Best believe that motivated, in part, this bill. Best believe that they were thinking about that alleged, attempted, or plotted kidnapping when they created this bill. All right? Events in which individuals committed crimes, plotted attacks, or successfully carried out deadly violence, and who, either before or after their arrest, attributed their actions to their conspiratorial beliefs. So, conspiratorial beliefs. Interesting. You know, so if someone commits a crime, there's already laws against certain crimes, right? There's already, I'm gonna name all these. There's already laws against plotted attacks, deadly violence. Those things are already, you can already get arrested for that. You already get punished for that. If you guys think that passing this bill will stop violence and stop attacks, y'all let me know. Because what you're gonna do with this censorship is you're going to hide the haters, right? You want these people to show themselves. Conspiracy theory or not, hatred or not. You want to see what they're talking about. You want to see what their motivation is. You want to see where their mind is at. So when they censor it, you won't see it. So they'll hide it. They'll just hide it. They'll meet in secret groups. They'll still have these thoughts in their brain, and they'll still carry out whatever acts they were going to carry out anyway, right? Creating this bill and creating this law is not going to stop that. All it's going to do is hide it from other individuals. That's all it's going to do. You don't want censorship. I want people to show their ass when they want to show their ass. No one in their right mind will want this. Hell no. But it's bipartisan so far. The left, the sponsor's Democrat, the co-sponsors, right? All the sponsors are equally Democrat, equally Republican. Just like with the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act was bipartisan, right? The Model State Health Emergency Powers Act was bipartisan. And that's the reason they're able to lock us down and tell us we can't do this and can't do that, because Tecate19 is flying around killing people. That's why, right? The Model State Health Emergency Powers Act. That's how they're able to lock us down. You know what I'm saying? These executive orders these governors put out are made possible by the Model State Health Emergency Powers Act. And the TAPS Act that's still sitting in Congress. That's bipartisan across the board. So if you guys aren't familiar with the TAPS Act, I did a presentation on it about a year ago. I'll do another one just so you guys can, and I need to update myself on what's going on with it. Executive order should be illegal. I mean, government should be illegal, right? Forget illegal. Legal, illegal. What does that really mean anyway? So, yeah, man. This is something else. This is one of the worst bills that could ever be created, and it's bipartisan. A bipartisan bill that strips you of yet even more rights. Okay, so here it goes. Whereas 17 and 9 have been implicated in crimes that they claim their 17 and 9 beliefs inspired, including one. So they're going to talk about some crimes that were committed in the name of 17 and 9 and all that shit. A man arrested in 2018 for plotting to plant a bomb in the Illinois Capitol rotunda to make Americans aware of Pizzagate conspiracy theory. Is that a conspiracy theory? The Pizzagate situation? Or is that an actual motherfucking thing? Is that an actual theory? Or is it just a conspiracy theory? The Pizzagate situation. Is that not real? Let me see. All them clowns everywhere should be illegal. They work against the very thing they say they stand by. Yeah, exactly. They put their hand on the Bible and sort of uphold the Constitution, yet they're shitting on it every chance they get. But never mind the fact that the Constitution itself is contradictory, because it should show butt heads. They're one snake with two. Yeah, exactly. The big story is about the directed energy weapons being tested. Florida, Mackay channel in Dutch since earthquake channel that caught the test of radar. Yeah, I talked about active denial systems and all that. Yeah, so anyway. So that's one arrest. A woman in Colorado arrested in 2019 for plotting an armed raid to kidnap her child who had been taken from her custody. Right. A man charged with murder of an organized crime boss in New York in 2019. A woman arrested in New York with a car full of knives after posting a video accusing Joe Biden of participating in child trafficking and threatening to kill him. I mean, is he not Sniffy Joe? Is he not, he loves children be on his lap Joe? Is he not, I want to see you dance when you're 4 years older, Joe? Whereas FBI further assesses that these conspiracy theories very likely emerge, spread, and evolve in modern information marketplace. Basically the internet, right? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Fostering anti-government sentiment. Oh, God forbid, right? God forbid we express anti-government sentiment. Oh my God. Racial and religious prejudice and increasing political tensions. Again, I have to ask y'all, can you, if someone has hate in their heart, can it be placed in their heart because of conspiracy theory? Or is the hate already in them? This goes deeper because 3 top-ranking members or the Space Force got taken out same time in Florida. Mackay in the same. Oh, interesting. You got to drop me a link. Faith is me. Drop me a link, or what you can do is email me at snapzillagorilla@gmail.com. So I'll look into it. Why do you think they separate the immigrants' kids from their parents? Exactly. How many of those kids come up missing? You think they don't want those people to come through with their children? Man, if you don't miss me. The border of Mexico and the United States, that's the most abundant sex trafficking shit going on right there. Whereas, according to the Combating Terrorism Center at the United States Military Academy at West Point, 17 is arguably no longer simply a fringe conspiracy theory, but an ideology that has demonstrated its capacity to radicalize, to violence individuals at an alarming speed. Again, see how they're saying QAnon is an ideology. QAnon itself is a fringe conspiracy theory. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about a particular group. If you say something that goes against the narrative, you are QAnon, and they'll come after you. But again, do you radicalize people with conspiracy theories, or are they already radical? Are they already hateful? Oh, hey, Deuce, was good. Top of the morning to you. Every time I type Sleepy's name, it keeps erasing the post. Interesting. To me, he's a creep. I've seen video evidence of him sniffing little girls' hair, trying to kiss little kids that don't want to be kissed. You know what I'm saying? Groping. Like, it's just disgusting. How he's still able to get anybody's support shows you right there that they really don't give a shit about the kids. 17 and on is a 17 quantum computer, aka the government. Facts. It's a Trojan horse. So let's say, whereas according to, yeah, I read that already. So, whereas Facebook, Twitter, and Goggle have removed or blocked 17 and on groups and content from their platforms for violating their policies against misinformation, bullying, hate speech, and harassment. Whereas, and again, that's all very subjective. Who determined what hate speech is? Because facts can be considered hate speech if you say it out loud. Some people don't want to hear facts if it doesn't go along with what they believe. That's on them. If you don't want the facts because it goes against what you believe, that's on you. That's not on me for saying the facts, for stating the facts.
Drink some water.
Okay. Yeah, pedo language, exactly. Obama said he goes deep in the pasta sauce and little, oh my God. Listen, I don't put nothing past these people. How many steps? I don't even know, man. I never counted these steps. No idea. A lot of steps. No clue. I know this is lap 3 for me, so. We've been wearing masks this whole time, even though we've been saying what the CDC has stated about masks not protecting us. People are idiots. Yeah. And I recently came across some information from the CDC that proves that I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. Twitter. I am pretty high up. So we got dumbass parents allowing them to touch them. Yeah, they're dumb. It's just like parents who allow their kids to become part of the entertainment industry and allow their kids to go off by themselves with these directors and producers. If my children were to ever participate in the entertainment industry, I'm going everywhere they going. And I'm gonna bring a knife with me. You understand what I'm saying? You touch my child, your shit's coming off. period. So I'm not doing it. Good to see you, Snapzilla. Got to get back to editing videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Yeshua returns. Yeshua's return. The story of the Florida McKee channel titled Hurricane Delta Telemetry captured laser test over U.S. mainland. But there were also two follow-ups on that same story. They were all related. Remember the CDC killed Dr. Cunningham? Yes, I remember him. I'm not gonna say that they did that, right? He was found dead though. He worked for the CDC, was found dead in a river, even though they searched that river. He was missing for 2 months, right? Missing for 2 months. Matter of fact, I got to do a story on him. I touched on it before. Oh, shit. But yeah, Dr. Cunningham, he discovered that the flu vaccines were harming people. So when he spoke out about it, you know, he actually spoke to his neighbor about it and said if he comes up missing or dead, then to put the information out there. And there's, you know, he discovered that the flu vaccines were hurting people who were missing. They searched this river. They searched this one spot in the river. I don't know how many times. 2 months later, he was found in that same spot. So, yeah, that was very sad. You know, he wanted to do the right thing. So that's what I'm saying about good cops. How could there be good cops if there's so much bad shit going on in the police departments? Y'all hit that like button when y'all come up in this piece. I got 21 people up in here. I should have 21 likes. Or y'all can thumbs it down. I don't care. There's always somebody thumbing the thing down as soon as it starts. So, you know, that's how you know that they're a hater and not really going against the information I'm putting out. He would not have left his dog. No, not at all. Yeah. It's a good work. It's a great workout. Yeah, that's a long name. I'm gonna just say Novius. Novice. Yeah, your name is long as hell. I can't say all that. All right, so moving along. So y'all check out this. So y'all get the gist. I'm gonna get to the last part. Section 13. Yeah, Section 13 of the inserts, right? Section 13 of the actual vaccine inserts state clearly that they have not been tested against cancer-causing agents. Yeah. So that, and that's all you really need to say about the vaccines to shut these people down. You don't need to talk about what's in the vaccines. You don't need to talk about this, that, and the third. All you need is that. It has not been tested for mutagenic potential, carcinogenic potential, and impairment of fertility. So why are we taking it? If they're not testing it for that. If it has not been tested, why are they giving it to the people? Point blank, period. That's all I need to say about why I'm not giving my children or myself vaccines. That's all I need. I'm buffering. Am I buffering now? So I'm gonna skip to the last part of this thing that shows something that. Am I still buffering? So one thing this bill stands to do is urge all Americans, regardless of our beliefs or partisan affiliation, to seek information from authoritative sources and to engage in political debate from a common factual foundation. Who determines what the authoritative sources are? Who's going to determine that? Who's going to determine which facts we can debate from? Oh, we have to wait for them to give us the facts. in order for us to debate about it. That's what they're saying. So we shouldn't be talking about nothing without facts straight from the government. Does that sound right to y'all? No, Snap. They'll probably send out a newsletter every month. These are the facts that you can talk about from your channel, right? They're gonna, if you're some type of content creator that talks about politics, they'll probably send you a newsletter filled with facts that you can discuss on your channel. And guess what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna wipe my ass with it. I'm gonna take a nice long shit, wipe my ass with it, and keep doing what I'm doing. But we can't allow this bill to get through. We can't, and if it does, we got to see if Trump signs something like that. Is Trump going to sign it? You know what I mean? Hello.
Hello. What's up, mommy?
Is Trump going to sign that though? That's what I want to know. Is that something Trump would sign? Damn, fucking nipple. Am I still buffering, y'all? You right, old head deuce. You right about that. A bunch of lovely ladies up in here. Bill Gates, yep. So who's going to tell us what we can talk about? You know what I'm saying? Is this what we want? Is this why we keep voting? Did the voters come up with this bill? Or did the representatives that they voted for come up with this bill? Whether they liked it or not. Trump made reference to taking big tech's protections. That's what he said. That's what he said. We'll see if he actually moves on that, though. Yeah, misrepresentatives, exactly. Exactly what they are. They don't represent shit, none of them, on either side of the aisle. As you can see, this is a bipartisan bill, starting out. Bipartisan sponsorship. And it's probably going to fly through Congress, bipartisanly. Fly through the Senate, bipartisanly. Just like the TAPS Act. I don't know what they're waiting on with the TAPS Act. But that's bipartisan, too, in the Congress. You know, Bill Gates ran the event 2-1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 2-1. That was Bill Gates, yeah. I heard it's actually event 21. Yeah, they're stripping everything right from under our noses. And guess what? They're using the Trojan horse 17-9 to do so. Speaking of free speech, did y'all hear about what happened? So apparently there was a free speech rally. I think it was in Portland. And there was a black protester that was protesting for free speech. But then Antifa came out and started beating on the protesters. Those who are protesting for free speech. They started beating on the protesters. And as a matter of fact, they beat up one black dude and knocked his teeth out. Right? And these are supposed to be anti-fascists. But you're going against people who are fighting for free speech from the big tech companies. Oh, this was in San Francisco, actually. This happened in San Fran. So in San Francisco, there was a pro-free speech rally where Antifa showed up to beat on pro-free speech protesters. And knocked not one black dude's teeth out. So this is what you got. They got their little proxy army, right? See, there's a proxy war being fought between the powers that be and the people. And they're using Antifa. Make no bones about it. Antifa are foot soldiers for the banksters. That's what they are. DOA. I thought that was a kid. I found that cowardly. Yeah. And if you ain't with them, you're against them. Exactly. Yeah. So, free speech is not beloved by everyone. Yo, 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 what's shaking? Salute King, what's good? Determines my faith. Determination is my faith. Rockefeller and China should lead the NWO because the US led the previous one. Yeah. So, I don't know about y'all, but I enjoy my free speech. Hold on. And they will seek to undo our freedom of speech by going after 17 and 9 idealists. Yeah. Look. You know, because they win either way. It doesn't matter if China or Russia does it, or the US. The world bankers are the ones who win. I'm an anarchist. I believe no man has a higher calling over my life. I want no violence. Therefore, I should receive no violence. Exactly. But you see how they're throwing the word anarchy around. They're throwing it around. They're making up definitions about it to make it seem like it's a bad thing. All anarchy means is no rulers. It doesn't mean no rules. It doesn't mean no order. It just means no rulers. No kings, no queens, no presidents. But that's what we have in this so-called democratic representative republic. Whatever they want to call it, it doesn't even matter. You know? It's a republic insofar as you have representatives that figurehead and speak up for the people. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. But it's a democracy in that you vote democratically for these representatives. You choose them. But what happens is we choose these representatives. They get in office and they do whatever the hell they want to do, whether the people want them to do it or not. Look at what's going on with the stimulus package, right? They're all playing political games with the stimulus money. They're holding out, you know. They want to, oh, we gonna do this. Oh, you got Nancy Pelosi talking about we have all the leverage. You know, you got Mitch McConnell who wants to focus smaller bills on things that are more important to him. But you're supposed to represent us. If anything, if you want to give us a stimulus of $2.2 trillion or $1.8 trillion, all that should go to the people, right? Divide 1.8 trillion or 2.2 trillion, divide that by 350 million and give that money back to the people. You understand? Then you open everything back up and allow people to decide whether they want to go to this restaurant, to that restaurant, to this school or that school. If they really gave a fuck about the people, they'd give the entire 1.8 trillion to the people. Period. Not to no motherfucking bank, not to no goddamn airline. Because guess what? You open shit back up, the airlines, the free market, and free market capitalism will dictate that the airlines will bounce back because people have money to travel. But people like Mitch McConnell, they want the money to go to the airlines first. They want it to go to this bullshit, right? What good is that gonna do to airline if you give the airlines the money, but not people? The people are still not gonna fly because they can't afford it because they lost all these jobs. It's idiotic. You just want to give them the money so that, you know, the CEOs and the CFOs and the officers, you know, on the executive boards and all that shit, so they can get their little bonuses, so they can go play golf, so they can go to Tahiti, so they can go buy land in New Zealand and build bunkers. That's why you want to give them that money, right? No, you give the people the money, the people will definitely put the money back into the economy. You know what I mean? Give the entire 2.2 trillion to the people. No hands, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But they're full of shit. They don't really care about the people at all. Derek Williams in the house. Derek Williams, what's up, man? Cleaning and washing. Late to the party, but greetings to Snapzilla Gorilla. Listening to you live on YouTube from Philly. Stream shared. That's what's up, Derek. Appreciate the love. They want to stimulate people, give money. Yeah. The WHO and the UN said they do not support mass lockdown now. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. But they're the ones who encouraged it in the first place. It's probably because they see themselves losing money by continued lockdowns. It's all about the money. It's all about money, power, and control. It's bullshit. The WHO are the ones who said we should be locking down. The WHO, what's that guy's name? Michael somebody, I forgot his name. That said that if you test positive for Tecate19, they should go to your house, snatch you up, and isolate you from the rest of your fucking family. That's what the WHO said. One of the doctors from the WHO. Oh, if you test positive for the Tecate19, then we might have to come to your home and take you from your house and isolate you from the rest of your family. Fuck out of here. If I have it, odds are my family has it or had it. You know what $1,200 is going to stimulate? $1,200 is going to stimulate a gallon of milk. Fuck out of here. You're going to be able to buy a gallon of milk for 12 months. Every week for 12 months. That's what it's stimulating. Yeah, Trump with this whole, I've called off stimulus negotiations until after the election. When I win, we'll do a big stimulus. It's that type of bullshit that lets me know that voting doesn't do shit. You know what? Let's say voting does count and it does get your person in office. That don't mean shit. Because they still gonna do what they want when they get there. So, what the fuck is the point? $200 hell yes, an insult. I make, you know how much? $1,200 when I'm working. I make $1,200 in 3 days on my job when I work. $1,200 in 3 days worth of work. As an electrician, as a general foreman electrician, I can make $1,200 in 3 days. That shit, are you kidding me? Oh man, kind of nippy. It done got colder. You work hard for it, they just don't give it to you. Well, you know what? They take money out of my account every week. They take money out of my account every week. If you work, they take money out of your account every week. So the money that they're giving to you for stimulus was your money in the first place. And it ain't enough. Because what about the interest? They don't give us interest. When we file tax returns and we get money back, they don't give us interest on top of that. No. No, the money that we get from, if you work and you get a stimulus check, you're just paying yourself $1,200. That's all you're doing. It's not a handout. That's some shit you earned. Now, if you don't work and you ain't never worked, that's a different story. You know what I mean? But that stimulus check, that's my money. That's how I look at it now. Yes, it's going to cause much more transgenerational debt slavery, but you know, that can be shut down almost immediately. We just got to stand up to it. We got to take the reins of control over our own lives back, and that debt won't mean anything, because we'll go back to a free market capitalist system, right? And everything will correct itself. We shut down fiat currency, use real currency instead, and you know, our time and labor and energies will be more valued, and it'll correct itself. But as long as this fiat currency system is still in place, and as long as the bankers have their way, yeah, the debt is going to be passed down through generations. But you know, it is what it is. These representatives, they you know what they represent for you? They represent your slavery. Every time you vote somebody in the office, you're voting for an overseer, right? You're voting for an overseer to crack that whip on your ass. That's what you're doing when you vote. And not only are you voting for an overseer to crack a whip over your ass, you're voting for an overseer to crack a whip on my ass, and I ain't with it. Good morning. But I can't do that. I can't do it to other people. I can't vote and vote for a ruler and an overseer and a whip cracker to crack that whip. That don't make no sense to me. Hey, let's put this guy in office so we can crack that whip on our ass. Hell no, fuck that. I ain't with it. Straight robbery. Social Security predicted to be insolvent by 2032, right as I turn 65. Yet, we're made to pay into a false system. Yeah. I read this book in like 93, and it's coming to pass. Yep. All of these empty buildings are warehouses. I gotta find the King Ford's plan. King Alfred's plan? What's that? I'm voting for Trump because Biden wants everyone to put a mask on. Trump wants you to put a mask on too. Faith is me speaks. Come on, man. Trump wants you to put on a mask too. Remember he said wearing a mask is patriotic? Don't listen, man. And, you know, I'm not voting. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Biden. I've never voted, actually, to tell you the truth. I have never voted in my adult life. Ever. Not when I was in the Army, not when I got out the Army. I never voted. And my conscience is clear because of that. I could never bring myself to vote. I always wondered how voting for someone to tell me what to do with my life benefits my life. It doesn't. Voting for somebody to pass laws that you have no say. Like, yeah, you vote for propositions every now and then. You vote for this, you vote for that. But there are a lot of laws that are put into place that we have nothing to do with. And even if we vote on laws, who introduces the laws? Who makes it a choice? How many people in here, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever introduced a bill to Congress or the Senate, or a proposition to the local government. Put a 1 in the comments. Put a 1 in the comment section if you've ever introduced a bill to your representatives that made it to the floor to get voted on. Put a 2 in the chat if you've never, if you haven't introduced a bill. Rex 84 says the gorilla. King Alfred's plan, essentially a contingency plan to keep COG continuity of government come hell or high water. Oh, hey, dudes references that plan. Yeah, oh, continuity of government. Yeah, for sure. All these presidents are family bloodline. The election is fake. As all outdoors. It's a C-election. Yeah, of course. Marcy T, you introduced the bill? Marcy, what bill you introduced to Congress or the Senate? Freedom of speech is important. BLM are taking it away. No, your politicians, your representatives are taking it away. And they're using BLM as a proxy army. See they're proxies, man. BLM, Antifa are proxies. They don't run shit. 2, but I do support the right to repair. To repair what?
No, it keeps you on your toes.
Freedom of speech is important. BLM, yeah, no doubt. No, I don't want to be nobody president. Anyone I would have voted for or were eliminated off the ticket long before the vote started. You have a choice between a Coke and a Diet Coke. I don't even like or drink Coke. Exactly.
Oh, no.
Seems like everyone is interested in being shot. You're quite the spectacle. Oh, I don't even notice that. That's funny. And I'm, I like to keep my head on the swivel and stay alert, but, yeah, you might be right about that. They want to make it illegal to repair products. For example, if your BMW breaks, oh, really? Wait, they want to make a bill for you not to repair your vehicle? Yeah. She's wearing one, but her nose is out. In Massachusetts, that's retarded. They don't want you to be proficient in car repair. No good. Newer cars, it doesn't matter. If you want to be able to, so that's what I'm saying. They're trying to pass a law to where you can't repair your own vehicle if it's newer. Mike True 2020, Trump crack scene 2021. Yeah. Well, I did a presentation where they were saying they're telling states to be ready by November 1st to distribute crack scenes. So, oh yeah, I know that. They want to ban gas. Yep. In California by 2030. Yep. I'm already knowing. Matter of fact, they already passed that bill. Nuisance, Governor Nuisance in California signed that into law already. So yeah, they want to get rid of gas vehicles by 2030. I won't be in California by then, but you'll see what I'm saying. I have a solution. We make it illegal for any D or R in the Oval Office, and we arrest them all now and have them tried. I'm not gonna finish that. Faith is me. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. But I hear what you're saying. Remember, be careful with that type of language. That's how them cats in Michigan got locked up for that Gretchen Whitmer stuff. So be careful what you say even on my chat, even in my chat. Be careful of that type of language, because that's what got the Gretchen Whitmer kidnap plotters locked up. Yeah, be careful, Faith is me. They can have mine. Do you know Henry Ford's first cars ran on hemp oil? I did not know that. Well, I know we never need crude. You can use urine. There's a lot of things you can use. You use, like biofuel. You can use poop. Poop will do it. Anything that burns that can use in combustible engine or a combustion engine, right? Anything that can cause combustion, you know. It doesn't have to be crude oil. I think we're being watched by the government right now. I couldn't post. It was giving me an opinion, option to report or block. So I restarted my phone. It won't. We don't have the freedom of speech. No, we don't. Not 100%. Yep. Matter of fact, there's some girls in Africa that made a generator that ran on urine. You know, there's a lot of things like rice. I think rice or something they use in Vietnam. They use rice wine or something like that to run their little Vespas and cars, their little rice. That's why they call them rice cars or whatever. There's a lot of things you can use in a combustion engine to make it work. Okay, so I should remember, say they should be tried, legally then punished. Well, I'm gonna recite this. Well, I'm not gonna recite it word for word, but rice burners, exactly. There is get familiar with 18 U.S. Code 242, deprivation of rights under the color of law. That's what we hit these people with. Every politician, every judge, every police officer has violated 18 U.S. Code 242, and they can be punished with a jail sentence and even death if they kidnap a person under the color of law while violating their rights. It's right there for us. We have what we need to go after these people. We just have to do it. And we can do it in their way. We can do it the legal way, using 18 U.S. Code 242. It's plain and clear. So that's what that should be a point of focus for us. You can use chocolate as fuel. I saw a plane use chocolate once on TV. Also, you can use water. Yeah, hydrogen fuel. So the hydrogen engine separates the hydrogen from the oxygen to use for fuel, and the oxygen becomes the waste product. So if you run a car on hydrogen fuel, you're putting more oxygen in the air. Corn, yep. Ethanol, for sure. We don't have to use crude oil. It's just an entire industry was built on crude oil. So if they gave that up, there'd be a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? How many people you know can refine crude oil and use it on their cars? You saw these refineries. These refineries are very intricate. There's a lot that goes into that. A lot has been invested in these oil refineries. So they don't want us to use ethanol. They don't want us to use chocolate. They don't want us to use hydrogen because more and more people can figure out how to do it themselves. Corn oil, readily available, right? You know what I'm saying? But they have to keep the fuel industry going because they've already built so much around it. The industrialization of this country was built on fossil fuels and coal. So, you know, we wouldn't have the Industrial Revolution without coal, without crude oil. You know what I'm saying? If they discovered that ethanol could do this same damn thing back then it'll be a lot different world today. In the 1980s, I heard a guy had an engine running on 100% water and they killed him. Well, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, look what happened with Nikola Tesla, right? Nikola Tesla knew how to harness energy from the ionosphere. You know, the ionosphere, the air around us, is filled with particles that have ion charges that you can create energy from. You have to know how to harness it. So he had a way to harness the ionosphere for energy. Yeah, fossil fuels, yeah. It's not from dinosaur fossils, just so y'all know. Oil does not come from old dinosaur bones. It comes from plankton, old plankton. It takes millions of years for the oil to be made from the plankton. And it's basically, plankton is like microscopic sea organisms, right? Of all kinds. Microscopic sea organisms, plants and animals, like real tiny, that die, go to the bottom of the ocean, get swallowed up into the earth, gets compressed and turned into oil. That's where crude oil comes from. And it's a constant cycle of that. Limestone. Y'all know limestone? Limestone is basically decayed plankton carcasses that wash up on the ocean and slam into the rocks, and they stay there, and it locks up the CO2. So limestone is locked up CO2, and that's what they make concrete out of. So that's where the fuel comes from. Fuel comes from plankton. And it takes millions of years for the plankton to create that crude oil, just naturally. They're fracking for natural gas, not oil. They frack for natural gas deposits. So it's not oil that they're fracking for. Oil, they drill for oil. They frack for natural gas. Radio waves are energy. You can build, exactly. How do you think radio waves make it from one point to another? They use the ionosphere. They wouldn't be able to do it without the ionosphere because it needs conductive material to go through. Radio waves need conductive material to travel. It just doesn't free flow on its own. I learned a lot of this as an electrician. So, you know, we learned a lot about Tesla and how he came up with the alternating current generator and all that shit. But he knew how to harness energy, like large amounts of energy, just through the air. Because like I said, there is an ionosphere that radio waves, radio frequencies travel over. All right, so that you can have that happen. You know what I'm saying? You need that, and that's the funny thing. So if you travel to the moon, how would you get those signals out to the moon to communicate with the moon landers? If you won't have the ability, in my mind. Is there an ionosphere in space? How do the radio waves travel beyond the atmosphere without the ions to carry it over to the moon or to a space station? How do the radio frequencies get to the space station beyond what the atmosphere provides in terms of the ionosphere? That's what I want to know. How do they do that? How do they boost the signal to reach a space station floating around in space? You need conductive material for those radio frequencies to travel across. So that's something that always had me thinking, you know, unless there's a different way to communicate other than radio frequencies to space stations and shit. How does it happen? And that would be an argument for the flat earthers, right? That would be an argument in favor of the flat earthers. Like, how do you, because, you know, flat earthers also believe that you can't travel beyond the Earth's atmosphere. So that would be the argument. How do you communicate beyond the Earth's atmosphere without the ions, you know, that don't exist in space, right? Space is a vacuum. So if space is a vacuum, how do communications and radio frequencies travel through a vacuum? It wouldn't be able to, right? I'm just saying, I'm just asking the question. If space is a vacuum, how does radio frequencies travel through the atmosphere without with the vacuum? How does that happen? Because apparently fire can't exist in the atmosphere, right? Or not in the atmosphere, in space, because of the vacuum. There's no oxygen there's no fuel in space for fire to exist, right? And that's, you know how they explain that with the rockets, with the internal combustion engine that pushes, you know, solid fuel from the back and propels it. I still call bullshit on that. You know what I'm saying? How do you push in space? How do you push against, where's the resistance in space to push against? Okay, so you're pushing against yourself inside the rocket, right? That's what you're doing. So what they're saying is, this is how a rocket travels through space, via the internal combustion engine that uses solid waste or solid fuel, a solid fuel internal combustion system, so that when it pushes out the solid waste, the pushing out of the solid waste pushes the rocket or pushes the spaceship or whatever. So you basically, that's like saying, like, I've been holding my shit for 30 days. And, you know, if I get in a swimming pool, I can take a massive shit. And that massive shit will push me across the swimming pool without swimming. Like, I don't have to swim. My shit will just push me. When I shit, the propulsion of my shit will push me across the swimming pool, right? That's what they're saying about it. That's essentially what an internal combustion engine, that's what I think of when they explain it. Oh, okay. So in a vacuum, you can't use an external combustion engine, right? Where you have fire coming out the back and it pushes that way because it's a vacuum. So it's combusted internally and it goes off internally, and then you push out the solid fuel or the shit, and the shit pushes you. Like, just the act of you shitting is going to propel you, right? That's what they're saying happens in outer space when these rockets and spaceships go where they need to go. How does that sound to y'all? Does that sound like something plausible? Does that sound like some real shit? Okay, let's see. Y'all said a lot. Hold on. Ask Elon Khan. That's funny. Space is a fluidic space. We need to talk more. Fluidic. So you're saying space is fluid? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The water's above, right? That's the religious explanation. The water's above, right? You're talking about the firmament. You got the firmament, and above the firmament is the waters above. And then you got the waters below. The waters of the deep. You know, the primary water that they don't want us to know exist. Y'all know we're primary water. We're gonna get deep into some shit right now. Before I talk about the masks. I'll talk about the mask and what the CDC is now saying about the mask in terms of a study they did. But right now I want to talk about this real quick. Space programs, etc. Oh yeah. NASA is working on a solar engine in their rockets. Solar engine. What, they're gonna try to create a tiny sun in their engine? Yeah, you know, they're already talking about they can create black holes and accelerometers and all that other shit. Like they can create a black hole, a mini black hole. Can you imagine? If black holes exist as they say it does, you know what a black hole can do? You create a black hole and it becomes unstable, the Earth's gonna get sucked up. So how do they create a black hole and keep it stable? How do you stabilize a black hole to the point where it's not sucking? Black holes suck up all the light in its event horizon, right? The event horizon. You get caught in the event horizon of a black hole, then it's getting sucked up. You're getting torn up in the event horizon before you get sucked into that black hole, according to them. So how do they create a black hole stable enough not to suck up that, what they call that? Proton accelerators, some shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where they smash atoms together. A collider, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sun, the scientists trying to create a sun. It's fantastic. This is some fantastic shit we talking about. So, yeah, I heard that the waters above and the waters below, the firmament opened up and the waters came from above and Noah's Ark and all that shit. It doesn't deposit. So basically, it's theorized that a black hole, it sucks shit up and becomes like more massive. It's a real dense thing that sucks up light and anything else. And it's just inside the black. I don't know what happens inside the black hole. CERN or Fermilab. When I graduated, Pluto was a planet. Yeah, exactly. Now it's what? I forgot what they call it now. They smash atoms in Switzerland. It's a huge place. They go, it does around in a big circle. Yeah, the collider, yeah. So, if I am to believe that they can leave the Earth's atmosphere, then I have to believe that I can shit and push myself from one point to another, because I have an internal combustion engine called a rectum and a motherfucking what do you call them thing? A colon. So my colon is my internal combustion engine. So if I wanted to, I should be able to shit and push myself without running or walking. I should be able to fly, right? I should be able to fly to that building by taking a massive shit, right? Yes, there's resistance and all that shit. Y'all see what I'm saying? They know the Most High is real. Up in the north of the skies, there is a barrier they can't see past. Yeah, the firmament in Antarctica. I heard about that type of shit. I don't know. Like, I can't tell you if the earth is round or flat. I don't know. I can't believe anything NASA tells me. That's for damn sure. If you tell me that it's 2018, right? When did this NASA guy say this? I think it was earlier than that. But still, you lost the technology from the 60s to go to the moon. But technology has advanced since then, right? So you shouldn't need the technology from the 60s that you used to go to the moon today. You should be able to do it with today's technology. But then they want to tell you they don't have enough money. They don't get enough money. These motherfuckers get billions of dollars a day. I forgot how much they get a year. 600 billion, some shit like that. Some crazy shit that we pay for. And you mean to tell me that's not enough to go to the moon right now? But y'all sit up here talking about going to Mars. That's where they want to go next. Y'all sit up here talking about going to Mars, right? To terraform and do all this other shit. But you can't go to the moon because you lost 1960s technology. Jack Parsons, L. Ron Hubbard tried to blow up the Fermi. Yeah, I heard. A small dark matter can create a nuclear bomb. Yep. I wrote a book called The Seeds of Dark Matter, by the way. And I have big plans for it. I have big plans for my Seeds of Dark Matter universe. It's gonna be bigger than Star Wars and Star Trek, if I can help it. It's gonna be great. So, let's see. Plus all 30,000 reels of moon landing telemetry were also lost, and apparently an accident when a cleaning lady spilled some bleach. Right. Was it the same cleaning lady that spilled the bleach on Hillary Clinton's email server? That's a great question. Oh please. We all know they letting things in. Maybe. Do you believe in ghosts? I believe in spirit. I wouldn't necessarily call them ghosts. I mean, but that's just a word, right? You know what my daughter said one day? She said some word that I never heard of. I said, girl, that's a made up word. She said, all words are made up. This is what my 10-year-old daughter said. All words are made up. And I was like, touchy. For those of y'all who don't know, touche means touche. So when I was a kid, when I used to read back in the day, I'd see the word touche and I would call it touchy. That's how I pronounced touche back in the day. Touchy. I was like, touche, little girl. You're right. Every word is made up. And that's very important to understand. Not human, not angel. Nowhere to go. Heard of a Nephilim? Basically you saying, I mean, my farts, if I'm in a vacuum, let's say I go to a place, and you know they can create vacuums in rooms with negative air pressure and all that shit. If the combustion engine, because weight doesn't matter, right? Weight doesn't matter in space. Mass does not matter, right? The only time it matters is if you have like Earth or the sun or planets large enough to create gravitational force, right? But outside of that atmosphere of that planet or of the sun, weight doesn't matter. So I should be able to be in a vacuum, right? Not even in outer space, because they say space is a vacuum. I should be able to go in a room where they create a vacuum and fart, and I should be able to fly across the room just by farting. If that's how an internal combustion engine works, where basically the space shuttle shits out solid fuel as it's combusted to push it across space. I should be able to do the same thing, right? There's no resistance. There's no weight. There's no gravitational forces in space outside of a planet's atmosphere. So how in the fuck are they doing it even with an internal combustion engine? I don't know, man. It's like those things like, all right, we already told them that space is a vacuum. So we can't tell them that our space shuttles shoot fire out the back to propel, because fire can't exist in a vacuum. So now we can't say that anymore. We can't say, so now we can't take back the fact that the space is a vacuum. So we have to work around that. So now we're going to come up with this internal combustion engine, and we're going to use that to explain how we propel ourselves through space. It's nonsense, huh? Prove it to me. Eat all the beans, exactly. Eat you some beans. Eat you some beans. And drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of milk, right? Especially if you're lactose intolerant. The more lactose intolerant you are, the more you can propel yourself through space, because you're gonna be shitting in that. So look, explain it to me. I'm done with that. I want to talk about primary water before I get into the mask. So primary water is essentially underground water, right? Groundwater on the continents that flows underneath the ground, right? Apparently, there's plenty of it, right? So when they tell you there's a drought or whatever, it's bullshit. You just have to find the groundwater source. There's all kind of underground aquifers and lakes and rivers that flow through the land from one coast to another. You know what I'm saying? So, you ever see that movie, Mad Max Fury Road? The new one that came out with Tom Hardy? Also, if you see the movie, The Book of Eli, primary water is heavily referenced in those movies. So, in Mad Max, you know those pale dudes, those pale motherfuckers, the bad guys that were chasing after Max? Well, the dude was held up as a king because he had access to primary water after the apocalypse. So after the apocalypse, the land in Australia was barren and dry. And this guy found primary water. It hadn't rained in decades. But here you have all this primary water flowing that this guy has access to. And that's how he controlled everybody. Because he was the only one who had discovered primary water. And the people followed him. Well, basically, all those people were basically, but y'all get what I'm saying. He had control because he was the only one who accessed primary water underground. And he would turn it on and off, and a big ass thing of water would flow through. It was endless. So, same thing with Book of Eli. In the Book of Eli, we know what Denzel Washington, Gary Oldman's character, he was in control. He was able to control what he controlled because he had access to primary water. You know, there was an underground cavern where there was plenty of water, and very few people knew where it was and how to access it. but it was endless amounts of water. So he was able to control his little town that he had settled because he had access to primary water. Hold on. So he had access to primary water and was able to, access it and use it to control people. But see, that's why he wanted the Bible. He wanted the Bible to control. He wanted to expand his influence. So he couldn't just do that with the water. So he needed the Bible. But primary water exists, and it flows right underneath us. You gotta be able to find it. You ever see those shows where they're in the Serengeti in Africa and they're tapping for water, right? It hadn't rained in months, but they're able to tap the ground and find water. It's because you don't need rain. You don't need rain to have drinking water. You just need to know how to access the primary water in the ground. You know what I'm saying? The Africans know how to do it. You know? What y'all talking about? They want to go to Mars to hide from God. Well, they can't do that. They ain't no hide from him. No matter what they do, no matter where they go. Oh, you know what? I was gonna do some jump rope. I'm gonna do it at the house. I got some shit errands to run. Tomorrow's my wife's birthday, so she don't want me to be out too long. Oh yeah, Hawaiians too. Yeah, Hawaiians have mad access to primary water. I mean, they're surrounded by water. If you're on an island surrounded by water, they want to act like, oh, you can't get fresh water. It's hard to find fresh water. You know, you just got to tap into the primary water under the ground. See, what happens is the seawater, right, is filtered by the earth, you know what I'm saying, as it flows through it. So all that salt and all that stuff is filtered out of the water and it becomes fresh water filled with minerals and all the other shit. I'll tell her, I'll let her know. Yes, I have 5 children with 1 on the way. So my 6th child will be born next month. Yeah, baby number 6 next month. Ooh wee. I'm mad that this fucking overcast is still existing. Thank you, Faith. It's me. I'll let her know. Oh, I love Fist of the North Star. Peace and power, Computer Whiz. Yeah, Computer Whiz, I don't know if you know how to yet. I know you got some land out there. But have you been able to tap into your primary water out there in Hawaii? Eight, 11. Yes. Happy solar return. Your compliment. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. You know what I call it, though? I don't call it solar return. I call it lunar retreat. Happy lunar retreat. I like being contrary, so. Well, she wants, my wife wants a, she wants an anklet and a toe ring. That's what she wants for her birthday. She wants an anklet and a toe ring, so I don't know what kind to get her, so I'm gonna take her tomorrow. I'm gonna take her out to go pick out an anklet and a toe ring. Yeah, some properties come with water rights. Yes, if you own property, if you own land, you should make sure that you have that on your deed that you have water rights. I don't know why you would have to do that because it's your fucking land that you paid for, but you definitely want to make sure you have the mineral rights as well. You want the mineral rights, so if you find gold or silver, or anything like that on your land, then that's yours, right? You shouldn't have to do that because it's your fucking land. You paid for it, but you know you got to play these games with these governments, and I just don't understand how people can still continue to prop up this bullshit when when shit like that's going on. Like I bought land, but I have to make sure that I had the mineral rights and the water rights to my own land that I just fucking bought. Tell me how that makes sense. Oh, she's gonna get a dinner. Like tonight, I'm making her. I'm making her a Wagyu fillet, a Wagyu beef fillet. I don't know if y'all know about Wagyu. That Wagyu beef. Oh my God. There's a property in California, Hot Springs, for $30,000 with a share in water company. Really? Oh, desalinization. That's what you talking about, gaming withstand. They're working on that out here too, in California. Desalinization to turn seawater into fresh water. A lot of people lost a lot of land because they didn't know about mineral rights. Yes, they need to get mineral rights to their land and water rights, so that when you can dig your well and tap into primary water and have your well water, boom, that's yours. Man, it's fucking cold all of a sudden. Hold on, y'all.
At the house, that's what I do. I think I do diamond push-ups. We just started doing this right now. This is the second week. Oh, okay, first one. Hey, the lazy kid hasn't showed up yet. You're cheating on me.
Yo, sorry about that, y'all. Bass has been working on desalinization forever. Let them tell it water filters itself, hence transitions from sea to river. Yep. Wagyu is a way the cattle is raised, processed so that it is so more tender meat and butchered at a young age. Yep. There's a man in India that is said to not eat or drink. Not eat or drink what? Anything? The algae blooms should warn that parts of oceans are dying. She got loud feet. Yeah. The oceans are dying because of weather modification. Weather modification practices. So yeah, man, my random ramblings ran a bit long, and I still want to do the story on the masks, the mask situation, and what the CDC now says about the masks. But I don't know. Should I do that later, y'all? Let me put a one in the comment section if y'all want me to do a dedicated video talking about the mask situation and what the CDC now says about the masks in the new study they did. Put a one in the comment section. I'll do a dedicated video on that, or I can just talk about it in the car. But I would really like to show what I'm talking about. I really like to sit down at the computer and do a real presentation on it. So I can do one in the comment section if y'all want me to do that instead, so I can show you the information. So I'm seeing one so far: fat and old mofos and mask. Too Mickey Ficky much. Word. It's crazy. And you know, this shit right here, there's no reason why people should still be. I gotta be careful what I say in regards to the MASKS, because the last time I talked about the mask and whether you should wear them or not, my live got taken down. So I got to be real careful about how I present it. So it's actually a great idea for me to do it from the computer, because I can have the sources up so that YouTube can't say that I'm spouting conspiracy theories. I can say, look, this came straight from the CDC. This came straight from the CDC. I'm not making this up. This is word for word what they said about the mask. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that presentation later from the computer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like my boots? These are the old school jungle boots. Well, of course they're not from Vietnam, but they're designed after the jungle boots that came out during Vietnam War. So, and they're made by Go Ruck, the same people I got my pack from. And this is I'm not sponsored by Go Ruck, but this is a quality backpack. You can put a lot of weight in here, and you can do a little different exercises with it. You can do different things. You can you can throw it around. They have ruck challenges, or groups that get together and do exercises in their rucksacks. Like they'll do push-ups, they'll drag it by one arm as they're crawling. They'll do high crawls with dragging this thing, and they'll sling it around, and it's kind of dope. I actually plan on. They also have sandbags that I want to get too. So that type of workout is a whole different type of workout. Motherfuckers in the mask, yeah, outside wearing masks, man. It's crazy because like no one wanted to wear masks during flu seasons. Like before Tecate19, no one wanted to wear a mask. And I wonder. Here's one. Here comes one behind me. I wonder. Once this information that I'm about to share from the CDC, once this information becomes mainstream, will people continue to wear their mask? Like, what do we do from there? Do you think the government is going to say, oh, well, we need to relax our mask restrictions? No, they're not. And that should tell you about elected officials and how criminal they are. They say they want to go with the science. Well, the science shows that wearing a mask, something. You know what I mean? Don't get me started. I'm gonna do that later. Computer whiz, any of y'all ever caught a virus? I don't know. I haven't seen it. You understand? I've never extracted the mucus from my own body to see if there's viruses in there. So I don't know. Media Bear, what's up, man? Media Bear up in the house, man. What's good? Hey, if y'all need to check out Media Bear. Media Bear, he makes these songs up about this whole Tecate situation. He has one called "I'll Wear My Face Mask in the Car." I wear my mask alone now. It's dope. It's dope. And it kind of, it's like his own rendition of popular 80 pop music from the 80s. Y'all check out Media Bear, y'all. Hit him up. And check out my boy Computer Wiz. He has Computer is your fitness channel Computer Wiz, or is it something else? Are you on Instagram? Because I know you got a fitness thing going on. Check out Derek Williams has a channel. Who else has content? And 411, she has content. She's a content creator. Who else? Anybody? Who else? Who else up in here has Gaming Withstand? Do you have a gaming channel that they can check out? Hey, no problem, Media Bear. I'm small fry, but it's all good. You know, I'm not as big as you, or you know, I can't really propel you that much, but I only have 1,300 subscribers, but you know, it's all good. Oh, Game Withstand? Oh, you don't have who else has content up in here, man? I know N41 has it. Black Spring with Autumn has content. She gives a lot of good information. Oh, Skills, y'all check out Computer Wiz on Instagram, Skills Sport Prep. Hey, I told you, Computer Wiz, you need to do a YouTube channel with your fitness shit. I'm about to get my shit started, man. I just got me a collar mic, right? I got a collar mic so that I can start doing my fitness classes. I'm gonna start doing Zoom classes for some people. They ready for me. When you gonna do your Zoom classes? When you gonna do your Zoom classes? I'm ready to get it cracking. So I'm gonna be doing that. So I got my collar mic to make sure everything's professional, that everybody can hear me while I'm demonstrating the exercises and stuff like that. Man, teamwork makes the dream work. That's right, Media Bear. So yeah, so y'all check him out. He has a lot of good songs about masks and shit like that. It's great. So yeah, but y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna try. Okay, I know I always say that, but I'm gonna try to get or do a real quick video. It might not be a live, but it might be a video where I'm showing you guys, look, this is what they're saying. The CDC. It's not, so before it was, you know, you had David Fauci saying that masks really don't help. And then they said it did, and then they said it don't. But now there's actual numbers to back up, actual numbers from actual studies to show if, you know, the masks are effective or not. So y'all stay tuned for that. Much love to you guys. Thank you for checking me out. 31 likes, man. That's great. Much love to you guys. So yeah, y'all check that out. I will get you that. I promise. So I'll make it as quick as possible. There'll be a lot of kids in my houses. On Sundays, there are like 11 or 13 children in my freaking house on Sundays. My sister comes over with her two kids. My brother has his 3 kids. I got my freaking 5 children, and then whoever else comes over. So Sundays be like just kids ripping and running my entire house. So I will sneak off to the garage where I got my Wi-Fi reaches to the garage, and I will put that video out showing that. I think it's really important. I think it's very important for people to see that information. And man, I'm surprised that they put it out there. I am surprised. Oh, a checklist for a bug out bag? Oh, for sure. Matter of fact, I got a bug out bag right here. Hold on, y'all. It's not a complete bug out bag, but it has some stuff in it. Hold on. Whew. Get Muja on here with you. Muja, man, he in Virginia. I wish I was around Muja, man. That dude right there, I told him to get a channel. I told Muja. Now this is my bug out bag, right? This is my bug out bag right here. It doesn't have the projectile shooter or projectiles in it. So, you know, but y'all know what's up with that. But this is my bug out bag right here. But yeah, I wish Muja, I keep telling Muja, I said, you need to do a fitness channel. Because that motherfucker's a beast too. So, I'm going to hit him up, man. I'm going to tell him, man. Goddamn B. So this is one thing in here. It's emergency food ration. You know what I'm saying? It has, I don't know how many calories. I think it's like there's 9 servings of 410 calories. It's like 3,000, over 3,000 calories in this bar right here, in this block. So I got 2 of those in there, right? I got this, now, Skin Integrity, this is like a cleaning solution for your wounds. It cleanses wounds, right? 9 ionic surfactant. So you get that up in there. Let's see what else you got. I got water pouches right here. Emergency purified drinking water. Boom. Right here, that's what you need. Right, got that. I got a weather kit, right? Has all these things in there. It has a tube tent. It has 2 ponchos, sleeping bag, hand warmer, all up in here. So you got that. Let's see what else. And another one, another weather pack. So I got 2 of those suckers right there. And I have every vehicle has one of these. So this is I got a mask here, right? For real situations where you need a mask. And you got a glow stick right here, a toothbrush, no, 2 brushes, glow stick, you know what I mean? Glow stick. Yet another weather kit. It's a little radio, emergency wind-up flashlight right here. Emergency wind-up flashlight. So you don't need batteries or anything. Just wind it up. Use your hand motion. You know what I'm saying? I know most people don't know how to do shit with their hands anymore, but you just wind it up, rewind it up, and power comes. That's how electricity works. You generate electricity by, you know, a coil and things spinning around a coil. Okay? So that's what that's doing. It takes a little work, you know. What is this? This is a face shield. No, it's a water purification kit. So this is the powder, water purification powder. And this is a water purification kit. This thing fell out of here. So that's what this is right here. I got some life straws in here too. So here's more water. Can never have too much water. See, this is why I do what I do with this sucker right here. So that carrying this won't be nothing. This is probably like 20 or 30 pounds worth of shit. And this is a little first aid kit, you know what I mean? Little first aid kit. Just some shit you can use. Here's a grooming kit right here, little grooming kit. Two more 3,000 calorie emergency food rations. So I got that. Another packet with the mask and the shit. Another mask, right? So yeah, y'all see what I got up in here. And these are more water purification powders right here. See? And I also have iodine. I have iodine at the house. You know, little bottles of iodine that you can also use for water purification. Where's my life straw? The fuck? I know I had life straws up in here. I got life straws somewhere. It's probably in the back of the truck somewhere. But y'all see what I got? See? Boom. Yes, this is part of the reason I ruck, right? I don't want shit hit the fan and I can't fucking carry a 30-pound bag any kind of distance. You understand what I'm saying? And it's also my leg day. So I use the rucking as my leg day because I really don't like doing leg weight exercises. I think it's kind of, I don't like it. I'd rather be doing this. And that's also when I get my stationary bike, when I get my little exercise bike, I will be using my ruck pack while I'm biking so that I can get used to that as well. Because I do have a bike. We do have bikes. So, you know, you want to be able to carry your shit, right, on a bike if you have the bike somewhere. So yeah, got all that. And it's also important to have your electrolytes cracking, right? This is what I use for rapid rehydration. See that? See what it has in it? Magnesium, sodium, zinc, very important. But it's only 5% of your daily value of zinc. So you want to get more zinc from elsewhere. Chloride, potassium, and sulfate. Boom. You focus on it, nigga. So, yeah, I don't just be talking this shit. I had this bag. This bag is old. This bag is old, right? This is like, I had this bag. I've been doing this since freaking at least 2000. I think I got that bag back in 2015 or something like that. When I really started seeing the writing on the wall. So that's what I got, y'all. Anyway. But that's what I got for now, y'all. And yeah, I see y'all dropping off, so it's all good. Oh, the ration? I have no idea. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't tasted any of the rations. Like, I don't really care what it tastes like, as long as it does what it's supposed to do. But I got more emergency food supplies at the house. I have a big deluxe first aid kit, right? Like a big dealer has all kind of shit in it. I got shit. I can show you guys later on.
Let's go by the little building.
Anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Look out for that video. I just got photobombed. I got photobombed by a child. See? Even children are bullying these days. My hub got a keychain. Oh, that's what's up. It makes fire. Yeah, I had one of those too, man, but the assembly, it was assembled together, and then the assembly came apart and fucking... so I got all kind of fire starting shit. I got all kind of... You know what else is good? Lint. Lint out of the dryer. Do not throw away the lint from the lint trap. Store it in a Ziploc bag. You can use that as tinder to start a fire. It's very flammable. So the lint in the lint trap, save it up. That's good for fires. You can start fire very easily with that. So don't throw away your lint from your lint trap. Very useful. So anyway, that's all I got until later when I talk about these masks. I almost forgot too, man, because I was sure about to talk about the mask without actually showing you as I'm talking about it, but I had to remember that YouTube will take my shit down. Anyway, peace out. You guys check each other out. Much love, and I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.